Here we have 3 butter croissants. They're fairly large size. They're definitely not the small ones. Just placing them here in a beautiful pan here, casserole dish. There you go. Really kind of just spread those apart. Push them down a little bit. We're going to be adding a bunch of stuff here. Now we're bringing in little smokies. I had fun arranging these. So just put them in there as you will. You can take your time. This is not a complicated recipe. It's fairly simple. It's a nice breakfast dish. We're having someone special over for breakfast. So we're gonna just put these in there and have some fun with that. All right, we're gonna set those aside, and now we're gonna bring in, we got 4 eggs here, okay? And we're just gonna put these all on top. Spread them out a little bit. There you go, get the juice everywhere. And then we're gonna bring in ourselves some onion powder. I rarely use onion powder, but I do like it. I don't know, how do you feel about it? We've also got ourselves some black pepper, which, if I'm honest, it's the most basic seasoning, but it's also my favorite. Pepper goes a long way. And then we're gonna add something that I love a lot. Now, I love black olives. I love green olives. I love Kalamata olives. So I'm an olive fan. Now we're gonna save some of these olives, all right, for something else that we're gonna do here in a second. Now, we're gonna bring in over here, we got some cheddar cheese now. I go ahead and grate my own. I do it from a block, only because, well, I really don't feel that the pre-shredded that comes, it just doesn't melt well. And I like my cheese to melt real good, and I also don't like all those preservatives if I can help it. I'll still use it from time to time, but I'm not saying I won't. So there's that. Now, we're also going to be using some milk. Now, it calls for whole milk, but I like to use the 2% only because, well, I try to stay as healthy as possible. And we're going to put in 2 whole cups of this milk here. And here we go. Just move it around in there. It's what's really going to help bake this and make this to be kind of like it's kind of like a quiche, if you will, our breakfast dish. Now we're going to put something else on there, and you're going to be a little surprised about this. We got ourselves some Dijon mustard. Now watch this. We're gonna put it on. Come on, mustard. And then we, just a little bit. Just a little bit as we go down there. Okay, I think you're gonna be surprised with that flavor. Now we're gonna mix this together. Let me find my mixer. We're just gonna mix this together. Like I said, take your time. It's not a complicated recipe. Just make sure though that the milk and the egg gets all down in there on them croissants, because we want to make sure that they're all covered there. There we go. It's looking good. Now, before we bake this, before we stick it in our oven, we've got ourselves something else we're going to do here. We're gonna set this aside, and we're going to bring over our little guy. He's right here. Clean up my space here. Now, our little guy right here wants to be sure that I'm making this for, like I said, someone special. Now, I already have a bunch of these here. I'm just gonna put in here. And this someone special, yeah, you probably already know, it's my grandmother. She's coming over for breakfast, and I'm just putting this in here, and I'm gonna do some sausages, but before I do that, I'm gonna cut them up, because, well, it's a smaller container, as you can see, and also she she takes smaller bites, if you will. And we want to make sure that she enjoys this thoroughly, so I'm just gonna cut these up a bit. That's it. I love scissors. I love them more than knives. They're just so convenient and so easy. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you actually use scissors a lot. Now we're also going to be putting some eggs on there, but I'm only going to be putting 2 eggs in there because, well, it's a smaller dish. So there we go. We got our 2 eggs there, and we'll just do our seasoning like we were doing. We got our onion here, and we got ourselves a little pepper. She loves pepper. At least that's what she tells me. Now, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking here. She actually doesn't like black olives, and so I'm not going to put those on there. I don't know what I was thinking. I just remembered that, so we're not putting that on there. And to be quite honest, she's not a cheddar cheese fan either, so we're not going to put the cheddar cheese on there, but we are going to put some milk on there. Now, I put 2 cups in the other. I'm just guessing here. I don't know, 3/4 of a cup maybe? This dish is quite smaller. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe we use about 1/2 cup there. Okay, and she does like the Dijon mustard, so let's put some of that on there. Okay. Dijon mustard. Okay, now. The great thing about being able to make one for like a single serving is that you can make it as you like. You know, you can make it just to your liking, to your taste. So that's why we didn't put any cheese or olives in there. I'm kind of curious though, what would you put in there different? Maybe you might want to put some bacon in there, or some bacon bits, or I don't know, what else would you want to put in there? Let me know in the comments something that you might do different. If you were making yours for just yourself, if you were just an individual, you were just doing it for yourself, nobody else matters, it's just for you. All right, now there we go. This is all done. Now we got both of these, like I said, and we're gonna stick these in the oven for about, I don't know, 45 minutes at 350. Well, here you have it. Take a look at these guys. We got our larger one here, and then we've got the smaller one here for grandmother. I mean, you can smell the smokies and you can smell that onion powder. I'm really excited about jumping into this, so let's do it. Let's get someone right here and see how we do. Now, this just came out of the oven 10 minutes ago. I let it cool for about 10 minutes. So we're gonna see where we're at. Hopefully it's not too soupy or nothing. Oh my. Look at that. That looks amazing. Take a look at that. Look at that. That looks so, it's kind of like, kind of like a quiche. It's definitely just something excellent for breakfast. And let's dive in here. Let's see what we got. We're gonna get ourselves a little smoky. And what else can we get in here? Some of that. Well, now that I got the smoky on there, maybe I should do this first. There we go. All right, you see all that steam coming off of there? Here we go. Oh. Well, it's hot, first of all. Second of all, it's delicious, y'all.